Good evening, September 21st, 2021, 6 p.m., City of Pasadena, Texas, council meeting will begin. Pastor Cisco, I do not see him again. I tell you what, one of these young men, but when y'all like to share the prayer?
Sure.
Would you come up here and do the prayer for us, please?
Bow our heads, please. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for the city of Pasadena. Lord, we thank you for the councilmen here, all the individuals that are here, Lord, and their families also. We just thank you for how you love us the way you do. And again, thank you for this opportunity. And we ask all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Carrie Bass, leads with pledge allegiance.
Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag? Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, Councilman Bass.
I feel like all I do is give weather reports, but we're due for some cool weather. It's supposed to come in, I think, tonight or tomorrow, and so enjoy the weather. We also have the rodeo that starts this weekend, September the 24th, so go out, enjoy. Maybe it'll be a great weekend. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Shambaugh.
Also, too, would like to welcome everyone here this evening and everyone that is tuning in online. So thank you for being a part of your city government. I, too, would like to share that the Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo begins September the 24th and goes through October the 2nd. We've got some high headliners, Casey Donahoe, Colby Cooper, Tristan Morez, Kevin Fowler, and Aaron Watson. So if you have an opportunity, come out and support the Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo. With a heavy heart, I want to share that we lost one of our police officers and dispatch and our public service officer, Stephanie Wilborn, and she will be missed, and thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family. And then also, too, I want to send out my thoughts and prayers for HPD Senior Officer William Bill Jeffrey. He was fatally shot while serving a felony warrant in Harris County. He served the city faithfully for 30 years and was looking toward retirement in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Thoughts and prayers also go out to the Sergeant Michael Vance, who was also wounded while serving the felony warrant, and he is recovering from his wounds at this time. So my thoughts and prayers go out to his family and praying for a speedy recovery for him as well. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Ibar.
I'll pass, Mayor.
Councilman Valerio. Councilman Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. We've lost another great Pasadenian, a friend of mine who gave most of his adult life for the kids of Little League, boys and girls. Emil Boudat. He passed away, and we're going to miss him. He was District 17, a Little League commissioner. If you don't know what Little League commissioner is, they run the Little League program in not only Pasadena, but for different counties. Chambers County, Portia is that, Montgomery County, Fort Bend County, and these guys and the guys before them and the guys that are gonna follow them, and ladies and mothers and grandmothers and friends and families are what helps make Pasadena great. And he passed away, and I've known him for over 25 years. And he had a coin toss. He would go to different cities. He would schedule games. It was a great responsibility, and we've got to give thanks and my deepest sympathy to his family. And the funeral is going to be at Pasadena Funeral Home. And Pasadena Funeral Home, you don't know where it is, it's at Burke at Pasadena Boulevard. And visitation is going to be Wednesday, September the 22nd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Funeral is going to be Thursday, September the 23rd at 11 a.m. And he and other people have led this city to help keep our boys and girls in good physical condition, mental condition, and better citizens. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Councilman Van Hout.
Last week was a rather unusual meeting, and with everything else going on and the power outage, I forgot to say something that I intended to say. I changed my vote on something, and when I do that, I like to let people know why I changed my vote. This was on the second vote for the Munis computer software. On the first vote, several people had asked to have it deferred, and I voted no because it was a lot of money and I had too many questions unanswered. But later that week, there was a demonstration for the city staff, and there was a chance to talk to other cities who were using the system. And while I still think that things were a little rushed, and there will be additional costs with this, our acting controller was much more comfortable with it after the demo, and it looked like this is something that we could make it work. So because I had better information, I switched my vote. So now up to this week. Neighborhood Night Out will be 2 weeks from now on Tuesday, October the 5th. If you're having a neighborhood event and you want your council member to attend, contact your council member. You can also request to have someone from the police or fire department there. There will be another Coffee with a Cop on Friday, October 1st from 8 to 10 a.m. at the Whataburger at 4831 Fairmount, which is near Preston. And welcome to the group from First Baptist. They are here as part of their government class to try and figure out what we're doing.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Estrada.
Good evening. I would just like to recognize trustee Crystal Davila. She's our trustee on the Pasadena Zoo School Board, so thank you for being here with us today, and with that, I pass.
Thank you. Councilman Caton.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for coming out and being part of city government tonight. I know I enjoyed judging barbecue this past weekend at the barbecue cook-off. It had some good fajitas, good ribs, good chicken, good cook's choice. Everything was real good. And let everyone know that the rodeo itself will be starting this weekend, so let's go out and support the rodeo. I'll be there, but I pass.
Thank you, sir. Okay, brings us down to citizens wishing to speak. Joseph Thomas, you're up.
Good evening, City Council, Mayor. First thing I want to talk about tonight is a little issue that has been going on for a little over a year now at the intersection of Pasadena Boulevard and Magnolia. Keller Middle School is down at the other end of Magnolia. For the kids that are trying to get over to Oakwood Village Apartments, they have to cross the street. It wasn't until a week ago that we got a crossing guard there. But that street, if you know it, if you've been down it, there's a lot of traffic and the vehicles do not go slow. What I'd like to ask the city council to do is look at putting in either a red light or a blinking light, something that we can do to notify the drivers that they're coming up on a school area crossing, because I just do not want to see one of our children hurt. And that's a very busy intersection with a lot of foot traffic. The second thing I'd like to talk about tonight is our history, our Pasadena history. Councilmember Shanebaum and I were talking about history a while ago. I'm involved in several groups, but we have a cemetery here in the area. It actually contains some of the old 300. These are the folks that came to Texas with Stephen F. Austin to build this state, to build this country that we had at one point. Unfortunately, the cemetery is in disrepair. It's accessible by outsiders that don't need to be there. And we're looking at possibly needing some chain link fence, a new gate at the entrance of it, and some locks for the gates. Working with the Sons of the Republic of Texas, but it's called the McFadden, or Hammer McFadden Harris Cemetery. If any of y'all would like some additional information, you know I'm big about Texas history and about world history. To me, this is something that's very important. I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into it, along with a lot of other men and women. But I'd like to have the support of the city as we go forward with this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Stephen Barnett.
Mayor, city council people, I have a real problem. I come to this court to speak to the mayor, I'm told, no. Richie is brand new. We have a brand new street there. Water is pouring up out of the middle of the ground. I've called since Thursday. Nothing. Nobody has done nothing. The water is pouring up out of there hard enough, pushing the dirt up out of it. It's gonna cause a sinkhole. The city's gonna end up paying somebody a lot of money. We need to get something done. I grew up in this town. You could make a phone call, you could have the city workers come to your house at midnight and work. You can't get a hold of nobody. I've called the police department about it. We'll have somebody call you. There's nobody called me yet. Something needs to be done with that road. It's brand spanking new. Water is literally pouring up out of the middle of it as we speak. Right in front of the school. You can't miss it. And it's right in the seam. So when it goes, it's gonna go. It's been going since Thursday, and nobody has done anything about it. I've called, I've complained, nothing. We need to do something about it. We need to get these roads fixed in our city. I've already talked with my council lady. She's worked with me. I appreciate that. But there's a lot of changes that need to be done. Why don't we have a 24-hour hotline for water and stuff like that, like we used to have? I know a lot of the city council people here know we used to have it. What happened to it? When you call the police department and they say, well, we'll try to get a hold of somebody. I talked to a city worker Saturday in the park. He said, well, I'll try to get a hold of somebody. Really? I'll try? Multi-million-dollar road. It's going to waste. Now they're gonna go cut it up. It's not gonna be patched right. It'll eventually break out right there. I don't understand. We need to make the contractor responsible. The road is not 6 months old yet. They need to come fix it. They put it in, they need to fix it. I've been in the business long enough, I know. There's a warranty. They need to come fix it. We need to get something done tomorrow, or tonight, at least block off that lane. We need to get something done with it, quick. But when you call and it goes to deaf ears now, I don't understand. Everything's going to deaf ears. No phone calls, no nothing. I don't understand that. So, that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Martin Ream.
Yeah, thank you for having me come. My wife and I have been embedded in Pasadena. We both went to Southeastern High School, graduated in 1973. We live Fairmont Estates, next to Turner Elementary and Bondi. We're both concerned about our neighborhood, and we'll do everything we can to make the neighborhood a better place to live. First, I want to say that I called and I thanked the workers. Had a sidewalk that had a couple bad places in it, and the city workers actually came out, and I called and I got their names and I turned them into the hotline. So hopefully maybe you guys might have, and ladies might have heard something about them. A couple different crews, they did an excellent job. And then I want to recognize Councilman Shane Bine, who helped, I've been trying to get speed humps. If you know where Turner is, Yellowstone turns into Fairwood, and there's a lot of children now. Our neighborhood's turned over. A lot of children are walking, and so the speed humps are slowing folks up now, which is helpful. I think the other thing we need is a four-way stop sign, which I've called on that also. So those are the positives. What's going on right now? I would like to ask all the council members if you think it's appropriate for a councilman, we have deed restrictions, and we have two individuals trying to get deed restrictions. Now, Councilman Caton has been in our area the last couple days, and he is, I believe this is one of your documents here that you are putting on doors. It's accusing Mr. Stephen Alvarez right here of lying. It says he's lying, and also he's using scare tactics, coercing people into signing an unofficial document. The document is not unofficial. Mr. Alvarez has a legal document from a lawyer for deed restrictions. And he says, please visit Steve Alvarez and remove, he's asking people to remove their signature, which he has gathered quite a few of them, almost a majority of the signatures in 135 homes. So I'm not asking you to answer that question, but I want you to talk about it at some point. Is it appropriate for a council member to go out in the neighborhood and help one individual on the deed restrictions, but not the other? To me, ethically, I think there is a question mark there. And I hope that you will, gentlemen and ladies, will talk about that. So, but anyway, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Hope that you will address that. It's important. We have deed restrictions that we're working on now. I am supportive
Thank you,
of
Mr. Rainey.
Mr. Alvarez, but thank you very much.
Stephen Alvarez.
I want to open up by saying hello to everybody and new faces here. Congratulations on your positions. I want to thank Brother Martin for coming up here and pointing out it's an ill matter. I'm here doing the best I can to be a good son, take care of my mom who's suffering from dementia. A lot of my citizens here are up there in age and been blessed with good health. You can get in your vehicle, you can drive, you can go on vacation, you can have conversations with people. My mother was dealt a bad card. She can't enjoy vacation. She busted her butt all her life, paid her taxes, and now she wants to enjoy life. She can't. She can play for the Houston Texans, but she don't remember who they are. And I'm doing all I can to take care of her. I was put in a bind. I was told, hey, if you get the signatures of the neighborhood, you can continue on doing what you're doing, which is put in the automatic faucets for my mom, put in the automatic toilet for my mom to help her out. And that's what I'm busting my hump to do to get these signatures. And we got a council member right here that all he cares about is his political connections. That's it. His political connections, who rubs his back, and then he rubs theirs. And he goes into my neighborhood telling people, hey, go get your signature back from Mr. Alvarez. After I put in a lot of hard effort and a lot of hard work so people can understand, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I'm taking care of someone who was dealt a bad card. Don't thumb your nose at somebody who was dealt a bad card and doesn't have good health. When you can drive around the neighborhood, speak to everybody, spit your lies, when your peer is suffering from dementia. And you got one good citizen here that hasn't turned his back on her. And I'm here doing that. I'm just letting y'all know this is the type of individual y'all sitting next to. This guy right here, I don't know what he's doing here. He's not here for the better. You have roads that need to be addressed. You have handicap situations need to be taken care of. You have sidewalks that need to be addressed. What is he doing? He's in the neighborhood bad-mouthing me. That's what he's doing. So for those in my district that Phil Clayton works for, you're wondering why things aren't being done, that's the reason why. He'd rather bother somebody who's taking care of somebody who's suffering from dementia. That's that guy.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to suspend this council meeting and open up a public hearing, proposal juvenile curfew ordinance, opportunity for anybody who's interested in speaking. Now is the time to speak. No one has signed up for it. Going once.
Can I say something else?
Is it? No, absolutely. No, sir. No. This is about we're in a juvenile,
Okay, I'm sorry. I just saw. Mr.
curfew.
Caton.
Sir, you can't be talking from the audience. I'm sorry.
I thought that was inappropriate.
Let's follow the rules here, please.
All right.
Anybody here to speak? Going once? On the juvenile curfew ordinance, going twice? No one? The meeting is adjourned, and we get right back to our council meeting, which brings us down to presentation of minutes, September 7th, 2021, 10 a.m. Got a motion, Ibarra? Second by Bass. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings down to presentation of minutes, special meeting, September 14th, 2021, 10 a.m.
Motion.
Got a motion by Shanebine, second by Harrison. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Passes. Brings us down to progress payments. Motion Caton, second Bass. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings us down to resolutions, finance resolutions. Motion Ibarra,
Second.
second Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings down to personnel changes A. Motion Bass, second Estrada. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? I will abstain myself from this vote. Mayor Pro Tem, proceed with the meeting.
Thank you, Mayor. The item on the agenda is Finance Department employees. A motion by Yarborough, second. It was a tie. Second by Bass. Any discussion?
Mayor,
Thank Councilman Yarborough.
I want to congratulate Julie St. Jean. She's been with the city for 16 years. She graduated from the University of Houston with a bachelor's degree in finance or accounting, and she's a CPA. She's been with the city for 16 years. Originally, we started with about 50 applicants. We ended up, after vetting all the applicants, down to about 10. After reviewing the 10 applicants, by far, Julie just stood out. I mean, top notch. There was not even a single applicant, in my opinion, that was even close to Julie. I appreciate her 16 years of service, and I look forward to her being our city controller. That'll pass.
Mayor.
Go ahead, Bianca.
Okay, I'd like to clarify that we did not look at any other applications. We didn't even interview Julie St. Jean. I don't appreciate the way the process was made, although I do believe that the Mayor Pro Tem did try to help me out in doing the right thing. But I don't have anything against Julie, but I think that we should have looked at applications. With that, I'd like to pass.
Thank you, Council Lady.
Mayor Pro Tem, yeah.
Yes,
I too would like to congratulate Ms. Julie. I can't think of anyone better to do the job. She has a lot of institutional knowledge and experience here. I think she's going to be very vital moving forward with our taking care of our city and the taxpayers. And I think she'll do an amazing job for us. So I look forward to working with our new city controller.
Mayor.
go ahead. Councilman Caton,
Mayor
go
Pro
ahead.
Tem. I'd just like to mention also that I'm in total agreement with promoting Julie St. Jean to city controller. She's done an outstanding job in the past, and I think she's the right person to work moving this city forward. Put out a pass.
Any other discussion?
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to share my support for Julie St. Jean for our city controller. She brings a wealth of knowledge over the last couple of decades. We're transforming our city technology. She's supportive of that. She's going to bring tremendous insights with historical data. She is a proven leader within her department, and she is going to be a vital and intricate piece to bringing our city forward and developing our technology citywide, and I appreciate her for that.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Any other? Okay, Councilman Bass?
Julie, I've known Julie a long time before she even come to work for the city. She's a fine individual. I had a little concern when we were talking about our new software coming in, but I'm really happy to hear that she's going to work with that, and I think she's going to do a fine job.
Any other comments? I'd like to make one comment. I appreciate Council Lady Bianca. She shows independence, intelligence, studying the facts, and wants to move this city forward in the same situation I do. We're putting this behind us, and we need to work together. And when you elected to be Mayor Pro Tem, I took the job to help lead, and I followed the charter, and the mayor wasn't involved in this decision. And therefore, the decision is going to be final tonight, and we need to move forward for the good of the city. Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. The motion passes.
Okay, great job, council, Mayor Pro Tem. That brings us down to final readings, Madam Secretary. I'm sorry, first reading. I saw final reading. Got it. Let's make this first reading. Go ahead.
Ordinance 2021-151, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pasadena, Texas at Chapter 37, Water, Sewers, and Sewage Disposal by amending Sections 37-2G, 37-4, 3717A, Sections 3719, Sections 3735, by adding B7, Sections 3736B, Section 3738B2C, Sections 3746A2, A3, A4, A14, A16, A17, A18, and Section 3749, providing a repealing clause, providing a savings clause, providing for severability, and providing a penalty. Ordinance 2021-152, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pasadena, Texas at Chapter 14, Garbage, Trash, and Rubbish by amending Sections 14:4A, 14:10C, and 14:13A. Ordinance 2021-153, authorizing approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Infomark Water and Infrastructure Services for design services for Vince Bayou, WWTP, UV Disinfection Project CIP WW083 for a total appropriation of $235,605.98 from the 2017 Certificate of Obligation Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2021-154, authorizing approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Short Architects Incorporated for stormwater drainage and detention design services as required by the City of Houston for the new golf course maintenance building, CIP number R063, for a total appropriation of $28,780. Ordinance 2021-155, authorizing and approving a grant application and agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and the Texas Department of Transportation in the amount of $139,996 to conduct a comprehensive vehicular traffic enforcement program to be administered by the Pasadena Police Department. Ordinance 2021-156, authorizing and approving a grant application and agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and the Texas Department of Transportation in the amount of $23,989.02 to conduct a commercial motor vehicle traffic enforcement program to be administered by the Pasadena Police Department. Ordinance 2021-157, authorizing accepting a grant award from the State of Texas Office of the Attorney General Victim Coordinator and Liaison Grant Program in the amount of $43,632. This agreement was previously authorized under the City of Pasadena Ordinance 2019-173 and Ordinance 2020-135. Ordinance 2021-158, amend Ordinance 2020-87, Employee Handbook by amending Sections 14.08, Military Leave, to add an additional section providing an effective date, providing a repealing clause, providing a savings clause, and providing a severability clause. Ordinance 2021-159, amend Ordinance 2020-087, Employee Handbook by amending Chapter 14, Attendance and Leave, to Sections 14.15, Quarantine Leave, providing an effective date, providing a repealing clause, providing a savings clause, and providing a severability clause. Ordinance 2021-160, amend Ordinance 2020-87, Employee Handbook by amending Chapter 14, Attendance and Leave, to add Section 14.16, Mental Health Leave, providing an effective date, providing a repealing clause, providing a savings clause, and providing a severability clause. Ordinance 2021-161, an ordinance to rescind Ordinance 2021-57, a contract with Till Construction Company for the renovation of 1211 Southmore Avenue for a total appropriation of $6,700,000 from the 2017 and 2018 Certificate of Obligation Fund Balance Account, Harvey Insurance Claims Accounts, and General Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2021-162, an ordinance continuing the juvenile curfew ordinance of the City of Pasadena, Texas at Chapter 20, Miscellaneous Provisions and Offenses, Article 5, Juvenile Curfew, providing a repealing clause, providing a savings clause, providing for severability, and providing a penalty. Ordinance 2021-163, amending Ordinance 2019-163, which authorized and approved an interlocal agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Harris County, Texas, for library services. Ordinance 2021-164, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pasadena, Texas at Chapter 28, Planning, and Appendix A, Basic Subdivision Ordinance, providing a repealing clause, providing a savings clause, providing a severability clause, and a penalty clause. Ordinance 2021-165, authorizing approving a settlement agreement and release between Nabil Iqbal, Zafar Iqbal, and the City of Pasadena to settle and resolve all of Iqbal's alleged or potential claims which arise from or relate to Iqbal's employment with the City of Pasadena.
Motion?
Motion.
Motion Bass,
Second.
second Shanebine. Any questions? Go ahead, sir.
I'll be voting no on ordinance B, which is 2021-152. And the reason I'll be voting no against this, on section 1410 of this ordinance, it basically ties the garbage rates to the Consumer Price Index of Houston. So basically, each year, the council's voice will be basically obsolete since they're going to go off the Consumer Price Index. It's my opinion that the council should be the ones deciding whether we want to increase your tax rate, your garbage rate every year, and not go off the Consumer Price Index. So therefore, I'll be voting no on this.
That's it. Thank you, sir. Any other question? Go ahead, sir.
Mayor, I'll be voting no on 2021-164.
Is that the same one?
No,
Okay.
no, there's the one with planning. I won't be supporting it right now. I still have more questions about it with planning, just about the process of the ordinance and how this may affect small businesses and other residents in the city. So for now, I'll be voting against it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. Any other comments?
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to commend our police department in their grant writing. Item E, F, and G with grant money that we're receiving is going to add an additional $210,000 in grant money that they have reached out and sought. And I'd like to commend them for reaching out and do that.
Thank you, sir.
And then also too, sir, may I comment on
Absolutely.
item K?
Yes, you can.
On item K, we're replacing or canceling a contract with Teal Construction, and it's a $6.7 million contract. I want to thank our engineering department, especially Robbie Lytle, for standing his ground on the contractor. Wanted to raise the change orders because of the cost of materials, because of COVID and the situation over the last year. So he has decided that in the best interest of the city and saving money, that we're going to be canceling this contract, and we're going to go forward looking at other possibilities to make it more justifiable. And with that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? All in favor? Any opposed? We got one no on, we got 11. And 164.
152 and
That's
160.
Ibarra, no, and 164, Estrada, no.
Estrada,
You
gotcha.
got that? Okay. With that, Madam Secretary brings us down to resolutions.
Resolution 2021-123, amend Resolution 2016-005 and adopt a revised affirmative marketing plan as required under the Home Investment Partnership Program. Resolution 2021-124, amend Resolution 2013-18 and adopt revised policies and procedures for the Community Development Department's Emergency Solutions Grant Program. Resolution 2021-125, approving the revised Housing Administrative Plan for the Housing Choice Voucher Program updates in accordance with HUD 24 CFR 982.503. Resolution 2021-126, accepting an in-kind donation for food services valued at $149.30 from Bubba's 33 located at 3221 East Sam Houston Parkway South in Pasadena for use by Neighborhood Network. Resolution 2021-127, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and John Schneider, Attorney at Law.
Motion Ibarra. Second Valerio. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? It passes. I want to thank everybody for coming out. God bless. This meeting is adjourned.